Venn diagrams. Use a Venn diagram. Let the probability of z equal 0.42, the probability of y equal 0.26, and the probability of z union with y equal 0.55. Find each of the probabilities. The way you read this is, what is the probability of not z and not y? So the little primes means not. It's a complement. This one reads B. Probability of not z union with not y. So for this one, the intersection, you just take what's common to both. And for the union, you take what both have to offer. So here's our Venn diagram, and what we need to do is fill it in with probabilities for each of the regions. We need a probability for this region, this region, this region, and this region. Start off with this probability formula. And what you do is you plug in what you know first. So notice instead of A's and B's, they're using Z's and Y's. So they give us this information at the beginning of the problem. This is the one that's missing. So take these two numbers over to the other side. And now we know that the probability of Z and Y equals 0.13. Notice how we're filling in these regions. And notice how we find out what they are. The intersection is where they overlap. That's the 13, it goes here. The 29, you take 0.42, which is what they gave us at the beginning, and subtract this little piece so you could get this region. Together, 0.29 plus 0.13 should give you 0.42. You do the same with this one. They gave us 0.26 for the probability of y. And we know the intersection of z and y. So to get this region, 0.26, what they gave us, subtract the overlap, and that will give you this region. We just need the outside region, the region that's outside both of the circles. For this, we need to remember that the total probability is 1. That would be like your 100%. So what do? This whole box rectangle is worth 1. 1 is like 100%, so that's the universe, the sample space. So 1 minus these will give you what's outside. So 1 minus the sum of these will give you what's outside. Now that we know each of the regions' probability, we can start answering some questions. So here's the A. The probability of not Z and not Y. First described with a Venn diagram. Shade this description. So not Z would be everything that's outside of Z. Notice, not Z, everything that's outside of Z is shaded. Not Y, everything outside of Y is shaded. Now this says, now that you've shaded both, only keep what they have in common. What do they have in common? Everything outside circle Z and Y. That's what they have in common. So now that we've already identified each of the region's probabilities, if you go back to the Venn diagram that has each of the probabilities for the region, this would be outside of the two circles. So the probability of not Z and not Y is 0.45. Here's another one. So first describe this with Venn diagrams. So not Z is everything outside of Z is shaded. Not Y, everything outside of Y is shaded. But this time they're asking us to put them together. So put all the shaded regions together. So everything except the intersection. So if you put these two shadings, if you were to put them like transparencies on top of each other, everything would be shaded except this intersection. So add the numbers that we had in the original where we had each region with its probability, just don't add the one in the middle. And this is what it adds up to.